Henshin Inspection presents Going Ultra! This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Find all my work at mjmunoz.com. Welcome to Going Ultra. Visit mjmunoz.com/gu for notes and links. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment to help me grow. So this is a little unexpected. This is the first episode of me talking about SSSS.Dynazenon. Anyway, Dynazenon is the sequel to SSSS.Gridman, done by no other than Studio Trigger, and it's a Super Rad co-production. So, anyway, I've entitled this episode Something Is Wrong With Me, after the quote, Something Is Wrong With Me from Minami, I believe, or Minami, like Minami Kotaro, but not. Anyway, so I'm following a similar format, and anyway, it's interesting. I started Going Ultra with SSSS.Gridman, the anime. Well, yeah, that's what it is, duh, because the other one was called Gridman, the, whatever hero. The Hyper Agent? Anyway, so, I started Going Ultra with that, and then it got me into Ultraman, and now I'm back with a sequel series for Gridman, or SSSS.Gridman, which is pretty cool. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about it. I'm going to talk about the things I didn't like, then I'll talk about the things I did like. Oh, I came up with a cool SSSS thing for it, but I don't remember what it was. It was like static, spectacle, soul, and I don't know what the last one was. I was going to say speculation, but speculation and spectacle have the same root word, so I don't really want to use that. But for now, I'm going to talk about the things I didn't like, the stuff that was super cool visually, the stuff that felt deep or profound, because that's what I'm into. That's the thing in anime that hooks me every single time. Then there's the Sakuga stuff too, but, whatever. I could live without it. It's just a great bonus to have. Anyway, and then I'll talk about, I don't know, maybe speculation stuff, but I'm not sure I'm ready to speculate in this first episode. So, SSSS.Dynazenon is a pretty interesting show. There were some things I didn't like about it. I didn't like the redhead girl, like, she's pretty hardcore lolly bait, so, like, I'm just, I don't know. Am I talking about this as a Tokusatsu show? Am I talking about it as anime? I don't know. Despite the fact that I feel like the operation overall is pretty classy, like stuff with Akane, they got pretty sketchy, pretty skeevy with it, in Gridman, SSSS.Gridman, and like, Super Eye is usually classier than that, but maybe because it's animated Trigger, they're like, look, guys, we trust you, you know what to do. Like, I mean, I'm a married man, my wife and I watched Gridman together, but like, Akane and, was it Riku? Was the girl, the other, with the dark hair? Like, they're definitely like, waifu bait or whatever. There's the appealing elements of them. Like, I'm not going to deny that I have eyes that I can see, and that I have certain tastes or whatever, but like, I don't know. Even one of the 4 or 5, whatever people who became, vehicles in Gridman, like one of them was kind of a lolly type little girl in a suit, but like, I don't know, the fact that she was in a suit made it okay, but this little lolly redhead, like, I don't know, she tripped me out, she bothered me a little bit. It definitely felt like they're going harder into the anime aesthetic, especially with like how Gauma is dressed too, like his belly's out, like a little half shirt and whatever, like bandage crop top. Like, I also didn't like Gauma's outfit, I'll say that right now. I liked his personality, I liked the voice actress before, the seiyuu. I was so into the seiyuu, sorry. I would have preferred to watch a dub. I didn't like that it wasn't a dub. There's a splinter, or a bit of static for me there. So, yeah, I mean, there's just a couple elements I didn't like. The weird, like, neat type guy that the lolly lives with, I don't know what to make of him. I was actually bothered that she didn't get in the mech, because they kind of seemed like a unit. They were on the phone while he was inside of the mech, and that's okay, or Dynazenon. Anyway, it bothers me. I don't know why it bothered me. The fact that it's a 4-person team for the combining robot instead of 5, I don't know. And also, like, I wanted to call this an Ultra show. It's not really an Ultra show, maybe, because it's like a spin-off of a spin-off of an Ultra show. So it feels kind of weird to talk about it here on Going Ultra, but I'm still going to stick with it. Anyway, so those are the things I didn't like. The visuals were spectacular. Oh, I didn't like that there was like the, almost like some scenes in G Gundam, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, of course, where it's like almost like a painting or like an airbrush painting of the mecha. I didn't really like that. I didn't really like the CGI Kaiju. There was a CGI Kaiju in Gridman. I didn't like it then either, okay? I don't know if they all continue to be CGI, but the CGI was jarring in comparison with the animation, the 2D animation here, and I didn't like that. Although whatever they did for that like black and purple like shadow empty Dynazenon as it was being summoned, that was super dope. I suspect that was some CGI, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, yeah, the visuals were spectacular. I love the transforming robot thing that it turned into. Well, anyway, I really like how it's like an old school transformation. I'm thinking more like Zyuranger or Power Ranger type stuff, where there's the open exposed like train buckle thingies going on in between the stuff. And there's this really cool scene where like a chain shot out and it hooked to another thing, and then these like sleeves of metal that were each like a portion long. It was like 4 segments of metal shaft that were hollow that covered this chain, I guess so the chain doesn't bind or something, but the chain shot forth first and it hooked onto the thing, and then those things came ramming down and they slapped into position because I'm assuming they're like pitched or like they fit into one another. I'm not really a mechanical engineering type of guy. I only do manual labor because I have to, because I can't afford to pay people for everything. So like, anyway, I've been building a fence this week in addition to trying to do all this stuff for Rider Week and Going Ultra, 2 episodes of Going Ultra this week, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, but like, some things hook me with how they show like the engineering aspects or the mechanical aspects. Like, there's another show I really like in anime, it's Galaxy Railways, and they have this cool sequence where they show every time of like the train going through the engine check sequence, or like in Ultraman Z, where they have like open the 4th gate, and there's the guys waving orange glow sticks and stuff around in order to get the mecha up, or like in Evangelion, I've released the final safety grid. Like, that stuff really gets me. I don't know why. And that I don't know, weird mechanical dude thing like really hit me hard in this, watching that transformation scene. Even though it was weird, it wasn't, I guess, was it when they were shifting from the standard Dynazenon to like the Dynazenon Rex or whatever it's called? That could have been when that stuff was popping up. But that was super cool, and I don't even like, I like that stuff, but I think I only like that stuff because of how cool it looks, but I have no other reason to like that. Like, I don't like trains, I'm not into mecha per se, or like cars don't interest me like at all. I can't even tell what most cars are unless I see like the Mercedes-Benz or BMW logo on them or whatever. But like, I don't know, for some reason in animation or in a like a tokusatsu scene, like it kind of hooks me. Like, oh, that's cool. Like, the knees pop off of this thing, or that opens and there's like electricity and it's sparking and bringing these 2 things together. So like, I don't know, it's funny to me that it's an Ultraman spin-off, but it's like with a mecha. And it also strikes me as odd, and this is kind of something I enjoy, but it just kind of tickles me, that it's like a mecha show, but the mecha's already formed together as a thing, and then it needs to pull in separate pilots. So it's like, what do they call it? Like Robot Gatai, like a combination robot, except like it's a robot that's, already its thing. It's already made. It's a ready-made combo robot, but it brings forth these disparate people together in one thing. Before I go into, I can feel myself going into the soulful stuff. One other thing I liked is that the slice of life elements were pretty good. Very dramatic, very tense, very like, I don't know, it made me feel like I was living in a small town. It reminded me of Persona 4. Like this isn't necessarily Inaba, but I think Gridman was, well, no, because this had cityscape too, but it felt like countryside. So like they're in the suburbs or whatever, and there's a city or something near them, because there's buildings that were getting crushed and whatnot, but they seem to be looking at it through like a not magnifying glass, but like a telescope. So they're kind of far away. They're more on the outskirts, like I said, the suburbs, the suburban area. Anyway, that kind of was nice. It felt homey, and I like that. I like that more homey feel to it all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some of the deeper stuff here. So Minami is a damaged person. There is, right before the episode started, or maybe after, I can't remember if it was before or after, it said the episode title, which is what is a Kaiju User, which Yoma's a Kaiju User. He was trying to, well, I read this on the wiki, unfortunately. He was trying to capture, I read that, but I implicitly knew that when he did the thing where he did the Kohen, finger split the Vulcan, live long and prosper. When he did that, he was trying to capture the Kaiju and control it to make it go away or whatever. I don't know, but it was interesting. During the fight, he said something like, is this Kaiju him, or is this the Kaiju? Is this the one I'm looking for? It was kind of interesting. Anyway, I really dug seeing Minami's... Scarred souls shine like stars. SSSS. Scarred souls shine like stars. I love that. There's something like moody and very teenager and dramatic about that statement and about SSSS meaning that in the context of this show. Although maybe it'll have a different meaning each time, just like I'm trying to steal the SSSS thing and use it to guide me through this episode. And by the way, I'm going long. Probably I'll go like 15 minutes because this is the first episode. I've always got a lot to say first episodes, and then I will try to keep it down between the 5 to 10 minutes that I'm trying to shoot for with all these analyses. Anyway, so that was really cool. But more of the soulful stuff to get through. Minami's obviously a damaged individual. And I guess I'm just going to jump straight ahead to like the point, and then I'll go backwards, and I'll try to support my point after I've made it. So I think the scarred souls shine like stars thing, and I think the fact that we have like a complete combination robot that was technically incomplete until it pulled in a bunch of misfits and then maybe one good guy, being Yomo? What's his name? I think that was Yomo. Anyway, the blue-haired guy with the orange eyes. Anyway, Minami's a damaged soul. The NEAT is obviously not... anyway, the NEAT is obviously not where he probably should be in life. The lolly who's pretending to be his cousin, or who literally is his cousin, but who she calls senpai. I don't know if cousins call each other senpai or not. But anyway, like, she seems weird too. Like, they both ditched school, and I don't like school, okay? I'm just saying, per, like, the usual way the world goes, they're both not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Minami is dealing with the death of her sister. Her father was like... I mean, it sounded like he was yelling at his mom, his wife, about, like, come on, how long are you gonna keep mourning over our daughter, and isn't it time to clean out her room, and like we have to move on. And like Minami asks to borrow something from her room, and while she's in there she hears them talking about this stuff, and she takes this weird charm that's this like black ankh. It's metal. It's like a black ankh and a white ankh, or dark metal ankh and a silverish ankh, combined together, looped in together. They almost look like they're supposed to be a puzzle, but then again they don't. They look like they're supposed to be like a charm or something. Anyway, but she's got these two ankhs that she takes from her sister, and she carries them with her, like, kind of throughout the rest of the episode. But anyway, like, she's a damaged person. She says there is something wrong with her. She keeps breaking promises to these guys, asking them out, and then not showing up. But it's weird. She was right around the corner from whatever his name is, from Yogo, and Gauma found her, like, 20 feet away. Like, a minute away, he was running, and he found her. And she was like... She wasn't even really watching him. Maybe she saw that he was there and she was just chilling, and then she'd pop out and see him every now and then while Yogo was waiting there for her. I don't know exactly what her game was, but like, she is a damaged person. And it did seem like at one point, like, the T-Rex thing popped out because of a reaction that she was having. So anyway, I don't know what they're trying to build or what they're trying to say, but it seems like they're definitely going with something about this like group of misfits working in this mecha together. Maybe to grow, maybe to become better people, or maybe it's like the bitterness or the edge that they get from being misfits and broken people that's going to give them the power to fight off these kaiju and save the city or whatever. I don't know. I don't exactly know what that is, but I am interested. I am intrigued to see what exactly happens, and to know who these people are, and to know what their deal is. So that alone is going to have me going. And the mecha stuff was all cool. So I'm not really going to speculate about the future, except for I think there will be some, minor character growth arc for all of them, or maybe this is happening in the real world, and they, unlike the other show, and they will end up, having like definitive arcs and growing as people. So I don't know. I'm interested to see that. But that's all I have to say for now. I encourage you to go check out mjmunoz.com/GU for my Going Ultra stuff. I'm talking about Ultraman Z there. I talked about SSSS.Gridman there as well. It originally aired on the TOE network, trialofheroes.wordpress.com, where you can hear Laser Knees and the Uncommon Cast RX, as well as Writer Jump every now and then, and some other stuff that they do there. Aleph and Sona are cool people, and they talk about cool stuff. So anyway, but yeah, go to mjmunoz.com. Maybe attached to the link for this, I'll have a script I wrote for a Tokusatsu inspired graphic novel. I'm writing a basically Ultraman inspired children's picture book right now. I'm working on the manuscript for that. God willing, I will have it done by the end of April, and then I'll be able to submit it to an artist. So like, you can stick around and check out that. I have lots of Tokusatsu review type stuff. So if you're into this, I've also reviewed some anime. A little bit. It's there on mgmoonies.com. Just look for it hard throughout all the podcasts. Oh, Mobile Fighter G Gundam. I talked all about that show. Awesome show. Love it. I had a lot of fun talking about it. So anyway, I'll be sticking around with this. I have no idea how long Dynazenon is going to be. I'm hoping 12 to 13 episodes, because I'm kind of pausing my Concrete Revolutio review and analysis while I'm doing this, because that's just too much for me to do at one time. Unless you want to support me and give me a bunch of money to keep hearing me talk about this stuff, then you know I'd be able to take hours off of work to do this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna remind you that you don't have to shout Henshin to be a hero. And with that, I'm gonna leave you with peace and blessings. This is MJ signing out.